What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again. Week number 2 for the MLB season. Pretty good start to the year, but we're back here again. A 9-game slate for Monday here, kicking off at 7 p.m. It should be a good one. A solid pitcher definitely at the top here we got to go with. And then besides that, it is kind of tough to really feel exactly confident in all of these other guys. Some of these guys can really blow up in your face. Not anyone, I think, with tremendous upside, honestly, besides the first guy I'm going to go with. But there's a lot of hitters that you can choose from at good values. So you definitely want to pay up for one of these pitchers I'm about to recommend. I got my money 6 for you. 2 of my favorite pitchers, 3 of my favorite hitters, and a value guy that you can definitely go ahead and throw in your lineup. So go ahead and drop a like in the video before we get going. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's try to keep the likes rolling in so I can keep these videos rolling out for you. 100 plus likes will be greatly appreciated. And subscribe, hit that red subscribe button if you are new to the channel to get these MLB DraftKings picks every single day. Still going to be churning out some NBA DraftKings picks as the season kind of winds down. Later, uploading in a few hours, probably in the morning or so. Uploading this Sunday night, so you can definitely, I'll probably update any plays if anything changes, like if there's any weather that comes out. But most of these games are in a dome, I believe, so we should be safe on that front. But let's just hop into it with my first pitcher, Charlie Morton. He's going to be pretty chalky, I think, here in this spot. It just seems he's going to be so safe, and just a great play here in Houston, a great pitcher's park. So Charlie Morton, this Baltimore lineup has producing a lot of strikeouts over the last year or so. Leading into this year, just a lot of potential strikeouts for Charlie Morton. He's probably the best strikeout pitcher on this slate. He struck out 26% of the time he was striking out batters. He's been great at home last year, 20 fantasy points per game compared to only 14.8 on the road, so very comfortable here. Look very good in the playoffs as well. I think he'll do very well in this game against Baltimore. Projected heavy favorite for the win, so an extra 4 drafting points with that win probably in the cards, and they're only projected 3.6 runs, the Orioles that is, so I think it'll be good for 20 plus drafting points, honestly. Safe and a good spot here in Houston, so lock him in there. No brainer. I think you got to go with him. But then, like I said, these other guys, there's no one that's really that safe that really sticks out to me. Like, you got Mike Clevinger at 10.4 against the Angels. The thing with Clevinger is that he just gets a lot of strikeouts, but this Angels lineup does not really strike out at all. One of the lowest K rates in the league. And Clevinger has really struggled against them at producing strikeouts. I think he only has like a 13% K rate and like 60 plate appearances against those guys in the lineup. So I'm not really trying to go with him, honestly, at 10.4. He definitely has the upside if he can get the strikeout pitches going, but it's a pretty tough lineup to go with or go against for strikeouts. So I'm going to go with TAIJUAN Walker. I think he's in a solid spot here in Arizona. I mean, Arizona, it still has that stigma that it's like a really good hitter's park, but it seems like it's kind of slowed down a little bit for the home runs, which is good to see. For the pitchers, with that humidor in place in there to kind of make the balls a little bit more wet or whatever have you. I'm not really sure the whole scientific thing behind it, but it's supposed to make the pitchers do a little bit better here. Really reduce the home runs in this park. And the thing with Walker is that he was letting up a lot of home runs here in Arizona last year, so this should definitely help him out. And he's a solid strikeout pitcher, around a 21% K rate. Last year, the Dodgers, they definitely take a hit in their lineup with their best hitter out in Justin Turner, and their second half of that lineup is not that scary at all. I think TAIJUAN Walker can definitely work himself through that pretty easily. The Giants did very well, which they didn't have many pitchers really that great in that first series against the Giants. The Dodgers has really struggled against those guys. Like, the Giants were down 2 of their best pitchers, and the Dodgers didn't put up that many runs at all. So I think Walker, a solid pitcher, had a nice little year last year. Can keep that going. He's in his prime, around 25 years old. He should be looking for another solid year here. And like I said, with that humidor put in Arizona, he can definitely benefit from that. And he's a solid strikeout guy. So I think he can be safe enough to produce around like 18 to 20 DraftKings points here. So I like him as my second pitcher to go with, Charlie Morton. So lock him in there. And now let's move on to the hitters. My first guy that really stuck out to me when I was looking at every single lineup was ELVIS ANDRUS. In that leadoff spot, a great opportunity for the stolen base upside, and he has that power upside. Just the upside to like just rack up a ton of DK points with the runs, possible hits, and all that good stuff at the top of the lineup. And he's going against Andrew Triggs. So Elvis Andrus, he's seen him only like 5 times, 2 for 5, but he has 2 stolen bases because Andrew Triggs is one of the worst pitchers in the league at holding guys on first. Lets up a ton of steals, so Andrus can definitely get a stolen base here if he gets on base against Triggs, whatever have you. And he's a leadoff guy, so he definitely should be able to like get that steal. Doesn't have to worry about that many guys on like first already at the leadoff spot. And both these guys have reverse splits, so it should benefit Elvis Andrus a lot. Triggs struggles against right-handed batters, and Andrus is very solid against right-handed pitchers, so that definitely adds up together. And he's had a solid start to the season. I think he's batting like 400 through the first 3 games, and he's, like I said, he's the first in the lineup. Could definitely get 5 plate appearances in this game with Andrew Triggs not being a great pitcher, and the Rangers lineup could definitely do some damage against him. So I love Andrus in this spot. That, like I said, that speed, power, upside, he can do it both. Had around 25 stolen bases last year and 20 home runs. So has both at upside at a price of $4,000. I'll take it to the bank. Lock him in there. And for my second guy, Jay Bruce, another guy that can definitely have a huge power surge in this game against Ben Lively. He was a punching bag last year, let up a lot of home runs, especially to left-handed batters. 1.66 home runs per 9 against left-handed batters. And the thing with Jay Bruce is that he does strike out a lot, but Ben Lively can definitely not really strike out any left-handed batter. Only 10% strikeout rate against lefties last year. And Jay Bruce, like I said, he's a left-handed batter, and he did very well against right-handed pitchers last year. 42% hard hit rate, so he's crushing the ball against them. A 273 ISO against right-handed pitchers, so great power against them. 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing to right field, which could help as well for Jay Bruce. So I think he can definitely get an extra base hit or a home run in the spot against Ben Lively. Not a great pitcher, so we're going to go ahead and lock him in there. And for my third guy, Matt Joyce, we're going to go with a little more value here at $3,400. Another guy that can definitely get a few hits, an extra base hit, and maybe even a home run against Bartolo Colon, the oldest man pitching in the league. He's like 44 years old, whatever he is. But Matt Joyce, just a great spot here. The A's are implied 4.9 runs. So Joyce is another guy that could get 5 plate appearances in this game. And like I said, he has great power, especially against right-handed pitchers. 24 of his 25 home runs did come against right-handed pitchers last year. So if you're going to pick him, you got to go with him against a right-handed pitcher. And Bartolo Colon is a right-handed pitcher, and he just let up a ton of hard contact and home runs to left-handed batters last year. So we're going to go against Bartolo Colon here with Matt Joyce. He was the batted 5th last, kind of that power spot, so he can get some RBIs with guys maybe already on base for Matt Joyce. So I love him a lot at $3,400. Too cheap of a price. Lock him in there. So that's the first 3 hitters. Elvis Andrus, Jay Bruce, and Matt Joyce paired up with those 2 pitchers. Still got $3,600 man per player, and a cheap value guy, way too cheap, is going to be Justin Smoak. I'm not sure why he's only $3,400. Maybe that will make him pretty chalky, but I just love this spot for him. Just the power, you got to target these power guys like Justin Smoak. 38 home runs last year, and he's only $3,400 in Toronto, a great hitter's park, and he's going against Lopez, the pitcher for the White Sox, the guy that gave up a ton of home runs to left-handed batters last year. 2.35 home runs per 9, so that's a lot, and the price is way too cheap for that home run upside. He had 2 home runs just yesterday, so he's feeling hot right now. And he had 31 home runs against right-handed pitchers last year. So I think everything is adding up for Justin Smoak, possibly going deep yet again here. So a great spot. A nice smoke bomb might be landing in the bleachers here tonight. So $3,400, way too cheap, like I said. And the Blue Jays, they're implied a lot of runs. So and Smoak can get some RBIs and maybe an extra plate appearance as well. So lock him in there. So that is it. Gets you up to $3,650 remaining per player. Great value along the board. Not expensive hitters at all, but all these guys have tremendous upside. So love all those guys paired up with Charlie Morton and TAIJUAN Walker. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like on the video if you did. Greatly appreciate it. It really helps me out so I can keep these videos coming for you. And subscribe if you haven't already. You can turn notifications on, hitting that bell icon to get alerted every time I upload. And follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any updates on these plays. And you can reach out to me on Twitter in my DMs. If you guys want a full player chart, position by position, where I break down a little bit more, give you around like 5 guys per position, so you can kind of have some more pivots, some more lesser owned guys you can throw, maybe some GPPs. Just consider some other guys, so you don't, if you like don't fully agree with some of these plays, and you can kind of pivot to maybe some other guys that the numbers kind of back up for me. $20 per month for a player chart every single day for every main slate. So you can reach out to me on Twitter at MoneyWebby in my DMs if you want to get that, or just email me at webbyxx@gmail.com. So that is it, guys. Good luck here tonight. You can ask me any questions in the comments and on Twitter, and I'll answer you there as well. So we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Good luck, guys.